say with them tomorrow or day after. I'll share that with you. So that's there. So now coming back to the Access Learning series. So for today, we are going to be talking about our project Child Labor Free Jaipur, that is Freedom Front project, and the project manager is Hemant. So he's also the host of the day. I'll now invite Hemant to take over. Hemant.
Yeah.
So over to you, and please feel free to reach out to me for anything related to appraisal or also for the learning session. If there are some feedback in the past also, I've received feedback, so I'll be more than happy to take that. Over to you, Hemant.
Yeah. So thank you, ma'am, and good evening to everyone. So just for those who are new and just a brief introduction of me and my team. My name is Hemant Dixit, and I am the project manager for CLHA project, and apart from that, I am also looking after farm and non-farm related project in Rajasthan. So on this call, I am with my team. Gopesh, please mute our mic if you are not talking. So with my team, I mean Mr. Gopesh Joshi, who is acting as a marketing manager. We also have a Vikram, who is the institutional development manager in this project. प्लीज जिसका माइक म्यूट कर लीजिए अगर कोई नहीं सुन रहे हैं तो. And also like we have a Priya who is acting as a designer plus production manager. So just for those who are not aware what exactly we are doing in non-farm sectors in Jaipur, so I would like to give a brief about this project. So this CLFJ acronym is stand for Child Labor Free Jaipur project, which is supported by Freedom Fund starting May, and now it is being supported by BAT and RRF. So this project was started in 2019 with an objective to provide like sustainable livelihood for low-income household, especially like those who are working in this handicraft industries. So like in 2019, we all know like we were suffering from COVID. So these family जो especially जो जयपुर के कुछ pockets हैं जैसे रामगंज है, ईदगाह है and शास्त्री नगर है, these are the area where these women's artisans are not able to make that much of money. They are being fully exploited by the middleman, and whatever they deserve they were not getting. So due to that, like they have to forcefully involve their children in their occupation so that they can meet their daily requirement. So, and these artisans basically belongs to lacquer, stitching and embroidery art. So Axis then came out with a solution that the skills and livelihood of these women artisans need to be enhanced to that much level, so that I mean they don't need to involve their children in their family occupations, and then can send them to school for education to build their future. So this was the basically foundation, this was the basically solution we found, and we started this project. So under this project, like we have formed 2 producer companies in which there are approximate 600 women artisans. These members are basically engaged in making handcraft related product like lacquer products, bangles, garments, and embroidery lifestyle product. So these producer companies were promoted with an objective to promote like sustainable livelihood to ensure better income for the producer through an organization of their own. So currently we are working with one producer company, that is Craft Women Producer Company. We have another producer company, and that's name is like Bhatta Basti Producer Company. But what we are planning in this year that we want to merge that with Craft Women, because we have realized that instead of having 2 producer companies and to manage them is quite difficult administratively and the project wise also. So in this year we will merge this Bhatta Basti into Craft Women Producer Company. So this Craft Women Producer Company is also like a common producer company. The producer company has a strong board of women artisans who are basically specialized in lacquer, stitching and embroidery related work. The total share collection of companies are approximate 3 lakhs, and the company is having around 610 members. Since its inception, the turnover of companies around 92 lakhs rupees. I mean, these companies were formed 3 years before. And the producer company have its own production cum training center in Paharganj area of Jaipur, like which has the capacity to run 100 sewing machines at a time. It has the strong board which is represented by women artisan members. They meet regularly in the office. They discuss about the production plan, marketing, and the strategy, how to mobilize the artisans, how to correct the share capitals, how to negotiate, how to do the bargaining, how to determine the price of the product and all. And this is how they build their capacity to understand the governance and management of the organization of their own. So like this project was started by the artisans, they were mobilized and they were then aggregated into SHG's model, and then these SHGs were further federated into producer companies. This slide depicts that what are the objectives which we are having is that obviously the main objective is to provide sustainable market linkage through the institution of their own. Then we also focus on skill development and the design development. We also enable them to access financial inclusions, through which like what we do, we have formed their SHGs. These SHG do the savings, regular savings, they do the intra-group loaning. And once they reach up to the minimum level of saving as per the bank's requirement, we link them with the banks to give a loan so that they can use there for domestic as well as for economic purpose. So like these are the product, the major objective of this craft women producer company which we formed in CLFJ project. So far, this is the journey. My slides are moving? Can you tell me?
No, Hemant, not moving.
You're on the first slide, Hemant, CLFG.
Okay. Is it moving now?
Yes.
Okay. So this has been the journey so far. Like in starting, what we did, like we mobilized the artisans. We went into the community. We discussed with their family that this is the project which we are coming with as a solution to enhance their livelihood. So initially, like we also faced so much resistance from their family, but somehow we were able to convince them. We then federated these artisans into the SHGs, and then further these SHGs were federated to the producer companies. So we have two producer companies, one in Shastrinagar, that is like his name is Bhatta Basti Producer Company Limited, and the another one is in the Paharganj area. The name of that company is the Craft Women Producer Company. Then after that, we realized that the skill of these artisans need to be enhanced up to that level so that they can meet So like these are some of the major achievements which producer companies has achieved since its inception. Like we have approximate 600 artisans in our producer company. The company has got a strong governing board. They regularly meet on the centers and they get capacity buildings from Axis. They get many trainings in terms of skill development and then how to manage the producer company, what are the legal compliances, how to do the accounting and how to manage them. The company's business is, the figure is 89 lakhs rupees here, but it is actually 1.10 crore since its formation. We have a collection of around 200 unique designs with us, in which majorly we have developed kurtis, pant, plazos, and all these kind of the items. We have registered our product on various online selling platforms like Meesho, Indian Mart, Amazon, SCL, Gems Portal and all. And since the last 3 years, we have got the regular work supplies from the 10 market players. Major of them is like Sada and Khadi Gram Udyog. Then some of them are which I will show in the next slide. Then we have been able to provide the linkage to 450 plus artisans under social protection schemes, and they are mainly like PMGJY, PMSBY, Sukanya, NULM, and SME. And we have also got a certification from Good Week for doing child labor free production. This is the business analysis I have done. Like in the first year, the turnover was around like 23 lakhs. In second year, we were able to reach up to 30 lakhs. And in the third year, which is current year, it is approximately 40 lakhs. I mean, figure are not correct here. So in total, like we have been able to achieve 1 crore rupees in total. We have also done this product-wise sales analysis.
कहाँ पे है इसका सेव स्लाइड ही नहीं है देखिए.
Sorry. Hello.
प्रेजेंटेशन नहीं दिख रहा है.
Please, others, please, please mute yourself. I think Soman, it was you. Hemant, I'm sorry, it was somebody. Just make sure that everybody is on mute. Thanks.
Is it visible? Hello. क्या अभी slide दिख रहा है?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, yes.
Okay. So production wise sales analysis we have also done, and we have realized like our major capacity and our major strength is in forming these bags and these masks. Like you can see from the analysis, like out of total turnover of rupees 1 crore, we have been able to do turnover of 45 lakhs rupees from the bags manufacturing, which is followed by 29 lakhs from the mask, and then other items like home furnishing items, and then embroidery work and participating in the exhibition. So we have realized that our strength is the basically the manufacturing of the bags as well as the mask. Now we have, changed our strategy. We are also focusing on preparing and manufacturing these kurtis and pant and plazos, because the mask requirement was in the COVID time, because COVID has almost gone now. So as a part of the strategy, now we are building their capacity for developing other products. This is the client-wise sales volume analysis we have done, and this slide detect that the major our client is like Axis. In 2020, we got a big order from the Axis Development, which value is around 21 lakhs rupees. Then the Sada is our regular client. Sada gives us order for manufacturing the bags, different kind of bags. And then further the Mastercard ने भी हमें COVID के time पे कुछ बड़े orders दिए थे. Basically, they were from this manufacturing mask and then the aprons. Now, which are further followed by the Freedom Fund, Good Weeks, and other vendor in the market. So coming to the challenges, like since its inception, we have faced a lot of challenges, and obviously when the producer company is formed, like there was a COVID, and that was a major challenges, but COVID was the opportunity for us also, because in the COVID time we formed, we were given a task of manufacturing the mask, and the total production value was around 35 lakhs rupees. But there were so many things which were like completely affected by this COVID pandemic. We have also realized that the skilled manpower is shortage of skilled manpower is also a challenge for us, because there are so many vendors, there are so many market players who want to work with us, but due to lack of sufficient skill, we are not able to fulfill their orders and their requirements. Earlier, we used to have a 3 production centers, but the infrastructure was the major challenges for us, because whenever any vendors want to visit our centers, they were not happy with our capacities. So what like we have done, we have merged all these production centers into one center, which is in the Paharganj area of Jaipur. And this center has the capacity of 50 machines, 50 stitching machines, and other embroidery work related infrastructure. The next challenge is like the retention of women benefits is also a challenge, because we are working with the Muslim communities, and they have their social and cultural constraint. They are most of the time they are not allowed to come out from their home and to work on the production centers. And the second thing is because they have to manage their family, so they are not able to give sufficient time as per our requirement. So that is also a challenge for us. Poor quality controls means like there are many manufacturers, there are many exporters who want to work with us, but since our artisan does not have that much of the skills, so we are not able to fulfill their requirement. So that is why like quality has always been their concern, and due to that we have to lose many orders also. And then coming to the social security and the social this financial protections plan, like we also face many challenges, especially with this community, because they do not have a proper KYC in terms of Aadhaar card, PAN card and all. So even if we want to provide the benefit, they are not able to get because they don't have these KYC with them. The next thing is like the fragmented and decentralized value chain means like the stitching works in the garment industry have a many, fragmentations. Like one on one platform they are doing the stitching work, on another platform they are doing the cutting work, and there is a validation work. That is not happening at the all places, which always lead to higher cost for us. So because we are not able to provide the complete value chains at our centers, the reason is that we do not have a sufficient infrastructure as well as we do not have a skilled worker. So that's why sometimes we have to outsource some work from the market, which always lead to higher cost for us, and we are not able to justify whenever we complete the order of any vendors. Then like lack of social identity security, these are some of the challenges of these artisans. Say it's because they belongs to that level, they do not have a social protection, they do not have a social identity with them, and that is why they are not able to showcase whatever the skill they have. For that, like we are working to provide artisan card to this community so that they can get the recognition, so that their identity can be established, which will help them to participate in the exhibitions, fairs and other platforms. So this slide depicts like how we started and how we have been able to reach at this stage. So as earlier explained, like we starting with focus on building their institution of poor. For that, like we formed their SHGs, and then these SHGs were further federated to producer companies. We have got equity contribution from the artisans. We are taking 300 rupees per artisans as a part of the share capital, so that they can realize that they are contributing, they are the member of the producer company. This is not a free kind of the services they are getting. So they the only objective is to ensure their sincerity toward the producer companies. These producer companies are represented by the women artisans only. They are from their committee, and then we also organize regular exposure visits, and we also do capacity building program for work, in which like we conduct regular trainings on social enterprise management, how to manage the account, how to do the legal compliances, what are the legal compliances for any production company. And we also take them for exposure visit to other producer companies, so that they know that how they are running their social enterprises and what are the best practices they can adopt, and what are the mistake actually they are doing, so that they can learn from the mistake and they can adopt the good practices of other producer companies. We regularly conduct skill training program for them, and that we do on our production center. Basically, they are as per the need of the market players or the vendors, that what kind of the product they want to make from our producer companies. So suppose we are getting an order from a particular vendors which has a high value, but he want to do some embroidery work and he want to do some value addition work. So that person from that vendors comes to our production center, then he explains the product, that how it has to be prepared. Then we organize a 7 to 10 days of training program for that, and after that, like we start doing production, so that the artisan can also know that what exactly is demanded from them and what best we can deliver. We have an in-house this production come designers. Basically the designers regular do the market research, and she go in the market, she discuss with the marketplace that what is actually running in the market, what is actually demanded from the market, and based on that we develop the samples. And once the sample is liked by the vendors, they just give us a work order for doing the productions. We also conduct this on the job training, in which like what we do, we do in-house productions, so that by doing the trainings they learn and they can also earn from whatever they are producing. For creating the sustainable market linkage, what we do, like we take these artisans in the exhibitions, fairs, and other selling platforms, so that they can get a confidence. They get a confidence of how to interact with the customer, how to do the negotiation, how to source the raw material from the market. So ultimately, because the part of this exit strategy, once access will not be there, so they need to develop their capability up to that level. If suppose we are not tomorrow, we are not with them, so they can alone manage their enterprise very well. So that is the main objective. Then we also do the market research. We discuss with the client that what is happening in the market, what is sellable, what is not sellable, and accordingly we organize skill training program for them. We prepare the samples and then we do the production. We have also done the in-house production for our producer companies, in which like we have prepared kurtis, pant, and palazzo. We have got the inventory of around 4 to 5 lakhs rupees, and we sell it through various platforms, like by participating in the exhibitions and showing in the melas and the fairs. So that like even if we are not able to get, sometimes there is a chances that we do not get an order from the market. At that time, like we completely focus on selling our in-house product inventory in the market, so that the flow of the money can continue for the producer and the company. These, like whatever the production we do under the provision of the masters. We have a full-time 2 master with us. One is basically an embroidery master, and another one is stitching master. So all the high quality production is being done under the supervision of these masters, so that the margin of error can be minimized. We also ensure that like whatever the work we are giving to artisans, they are not involving their children in that production. For that, what we do, the local resource person randomly visit their household and see like whatever they are doing, are they involving their children in that economic activity or not. If we found so, then we do some counseling of the parents as well as the children. We make them aware like what are the child labor related laws and what can be the consequences if they continue to involve their children in their occupations. Under social security protections, like we have, and the financial linkage strategy, we have got a tie-up with ICICI Bank and NULM, in which our SHGs get a loan from them. They got loan, they repay, and then this cycle keep on going. So far we have been able to provide the loan of 60 to 70 lakhs rupees to our SHGs, and we have formed around 40 SHGs till now. We are also providing the benefit of various social protection schemes like Chiranjeevi, PMJJY, PMSPY, E-Shram card, artisan card, and all. So for this component, I would request Priya to talk about, like, as a part of the skill technology and upgradation strategy and the production, what we are doing. So Priya, can you explain all these 3 slides?
Hello.
Yeah.
Hi, greetings to all. So my name is Priya, and here I am working as a designer and in production for 6 months now. So, like, coming to the skill and technology upgradation strategy. So what we are doing is, first point, institutional linkages. So basically we are providing them training with skills trainer, masters. So we have like training program for 15-30 days as per our requirements. So this can reveal we have like a full structured module. तो उसके according हम लोग उनको training दे रहे हैं. And for training center, so basically training हम लोग center पर ही करा रहे हैं under our guidance की जो भी masters हैं वो properly करा रहे हैं, जो भी modules हमने provide किए हैं उसके according करा.
Hello, Priya, you are not audible. Hello. Am I audible to everyone?
Yes.
Okay. I think like Priya has lost the
प्लान करते
internet.
हैं
बताता हूँ सर मैं. I just asked her to connect properly.
Yeah.
Give me 2 minutes.
मेरी नहीं जानी हेलो आ रही है
Yes, yes, you are audible, Priya.
okay so I was not audible
Yeah, now you are audible. Please continue.
okay so now like this design and product development so it is one of the crucial step of product development like the starting of the making of the product so we'll have to consider so many things so many parameters before like कि कैसे हमें प्रोडक्ट बनाना है हमारा कॉन्सेप्ट क्या है फिर we'll यूज टू गो टू मार्केट रिसर्च करते हैं कि जो हम बना रहे हैं इट इज मतलब मार्केट के अकॉर्डिंग ठीक है या कैसा बनेगा या प्रोडक्ट जिस तरह से हमने सोचा है बिकॉज आइडिएशन इज अ डिफरेंट थिंग लेकिन व्हेन इट कम्स टू प्रैक्टिकलिटी तो वी फेस लॉट ऑफ चैलेंजेस तो व्हाइल डिजाइनिंग हम लोग कॉन्सेप्ट लेते हैं बट वील प्लान कि जो डिजाइन हमें मिला है उसमें क्या क्या हम चेंजेस कर सकते हैं क्या क्या रिक्वायरमेंट्स हैं और उस अकॉर्डिंग वील स्टार्ट विद द प्रोडक्शन जो भी चीजें कंसिडर करनी है लाइक कितना टाइम लगेगा द मैन पावर द रिसोर्सेज उसके अकॉर्डिंग हम लोग प्लान करते हैं so this slide I think slide change
Yeah.
so हम लोग एक structured like sequence follow करते हैं for the production so basically we'll get the client brief या customer or whatever we are doing like in house production और जो भी हमें customer से brief मिलता है so we'll discuss कि क्या order है and then we'll start planning for that after like sample finalize होने के बाद ideation concept सब कुछ finalize होने के बाद जब when it comes to production तो we'll plan accordingly कि अच्छा production के लिए कितना time चाहिए क्या resources available हैं जिसमें we'll complete it by like जो भी requirements हैं जो भी available resources हैं उसके according and once we do की planning की कितना man power लगेगा कितना material हमें चाहिए या जो जो भी requirements हैं उसके according फिर हम लोग sample पर काम करते हैं फिर sample और prototype हम लोग develop करते हैं तो उसमें भी कुछ ट्वीक्स हो जाते हैं कि ऐसा होता है डिजाइन्स तो मतलब डिजाइन्स एक आइडिया है लेकिन जब प्रैक्टिकली हम लोग उसको करते हैं तो पता चलता है अच्छा कुछ चीजें चेंज करनी पड़ेगी या कुछ और हम उसमें अच्छा कर सकते हैं तो सैम्पलिंग के टाइम विल डू ऑल दीज थिंग्स कि हम बनाते हैं अगर कुछ ट्वीक्स क्लाइंट की तरफ से आता है सैम्पल कंप्लीट होने के बाद या हम अपने तरफ से चेंजेस करते हैं उसको करने के बाद सैम्पल डेवलप होने के बाद we'll send it to the client for the approval and once it get approved then we'll start planning for the production so starting for the production it start with की raw material क्या चाहिए कहाँ से source करना है fabric and trims कैसे चाहिए and उस सब का fabric and trim sourcing के बाद we'll send it for like inspection कि ठीक है जो भी fabric purchase किया है ठीक है और जो भी ट्रिम्स वगैरह हैं कि अप टू द क्वालिटी है या नहीं एंड आफ्टर लाइक सैंपल अप्रूवल वील स्टार्ट विद द प्रोडक्शन कि कटिंग स्विंग जिस तरह से प्लान किया होता है बट सिंपली चीजें समटाइम्स प्लान के अकॉर्डिंग नहीं होती तो वील डू कि जैसे जब होता है तो उसके अकॉर्डिंग हम लोग कर लेते हैं एंड कटिंग फिर स्विंग एंड मेजरली वी आर फोकसिंग ऑन क्वालिटी so after cutting and stitching we send it for quality check so like once we'll artisans की at the time of stitching हम लोगों ने उनको बोला हुआ है कि आप लोग जो भी प्रोडक्ट बनाएंगे जो भी चीजें ध्यान रखनी है उसको देखकर बनाना है और उसके बाद आर्टिजन से हम लोग एक बार उसको क्वालिटी चेक करवाते हैं लाइक द बेसिक थ्रेड कटिंग स्टिचेस एंड उसके बाद we'll start the final जो भी QC रहता है so this is like the whole process how we are implementing the orders from start to end, and we'll try to be कि अच्छा quality हम लोग improve करते हैं.
Yeah, thanks, Priya. And so under this transformative finance and social protection strategy, as earlier explained, like we have informed the group of artisans. Basically, these are the self-help groups. Our LRP regularly go into the field. They conduct their meetings. They teach them about bookkeeping, account management, and how to do the internal earnings. What is the importance of savings? And once they start to do that, they start intra-group loaning, so that by the time they have a sufficient savings in their bank account, they know the basic rules of loaning and all, so that once they are linked with the commercial bank like ICICI or NOLM, then how they can repay the loan and how much interest has to be paid by them, and if somebody is not repaying their installment on time, then what are the penalty provisions. And apart from that, like earlier explained, like we also provide social security covers to these artisans. For that, we link them with the insurance companies. We so just to provide health protections plan, and we have also given the benefit of various schemes like PMJJY, PMSBY, Sukanya, Artisan Card, and so on. So, for under marketing strategy, I would request Gopesh ji to explain this slide, like how we have categorized our strategy to the best from the best for these our artisans.
Yeah, sure, sir. Good evening, everyone. In our marketing strategy, we have basically focused on, as Hemant ji already told, we are more focusing on now garments and other product as well, since mask is not in fashion or requirement now, but we are doing very well in bags as well. So we have four kind of structured ways, or you can say categories, like low volume, low value. Means there is a very low volume of the order, but the value is also less, like cotton carry bags, cotton slippers, these kind of products. And client potential is like there are several clients which are giving a regular order of these kind of products. Similarly, low value and high low value and high value का इसमें रहता है. Second इसमें embroidery sarees, dupattas, value addition इस तरह के product होते हैं. Means they have very high value, but we are getting very small orders of these kind of products. इसमें we have some established client with us which we are giving regular business to us. One is Mira, and Shilpi is the one of them. We are getting both kind of this is coming from directly from the sometime it's we are making for parties, and sometimes it's directly for client as well. Another one is high value and high volume. Means these products are like more in demand. We have more buyers for these clients, and we are getting regular orders from these institutions. Similarly, we have very high value of the requirement, but very low in value. And that is like bag, mask, and some small motifs of embroidery. These are keep on changing. We are having a number of clients for these kind of buyers, which are giving regular business to us. So we are more focusing on now high value and these kind of thing. These are the major clients which we are dealing with. Means we are getting regular business from them. This is a mix of products requirement, like RE Textile is giving us garment as well as mask. Sada is for bags. Rangrotri is one of the biggest exporter of the Jaipur, and the best thing which we have started with them and Khadi. We are taking waste fabric of these institutions and preparing some good rugs, some bed covers and bags, etc. Access is no doubt we are getting regular business from Access, small or big. We are getting stitching orders from them. Shekhawati Impacts, unfortunately, we could not utilize properly. It's a big exporter, ready to give us a very big order of bags, but we failed at sampling level only. MasterCard is previous client. Mira Creation is for embroidery. These are the client list which we are getting regular business. Next slide.
So thank you, Gopesh. Now coming to the conclusion of overall the CLFG, what we have learned in the last 3 years. So these 3 years of establishment was not an easy time period for us. We experimented many strategies. Some of them worked and some of them got failed because of some reasons. So based on our implementation and learning, we have find out some key lessons. Like we used to run 3 production centers at 3 different locations of the city. But we have learned that it was not an easy task to manage them simultaneously, which lead to maladministration or mismanagement of these production centers. Though, so now just to coming out just to come out as for a solution, we now have merged all these centers into one center, and all team members sit there and operate from one center only. Now it is easy for us all to do monitoring of one places, and it helps us to increase our production efficiency as well as the quality of output also. Earlier, like we used to distribute work order to artisans and allow them to do production from their home. But now initially COVID was the main reason as artisans were not ready to come to center. But this kind of arrangement was basically good for a small product, like जो अगर किसी को mask बनाने हैं, किसी को bags बनाने हैं. But for the RTM like kurtas, pant and palazzo, this strategy did not work. Why? Because these artisans made this cloth dirty while working at home, and I mean they did not stitch them properly. They were doing it without the supervision, and that resulted into loss of work order or rejection of pieces, which caused money loss for producer companies. Now what we do for this high finishing product, we do all production at our production center under the supervision of the masters for specialized and costly product. So by doing this, our rejection percentage has been decreased quite well, and the quality has also been improved reasonably. So this is the positive changes we have faced. Now, earlier, we have also started on doing this on-the-job training at center, in which we purchase raw materials from a skill training budget, and what we do we prepare some good stuff like kurta and all. We do not waste these money just providing the breakfast and other things to the artisans. We purchase the raw material, and then from that raw material we stitch the various items. We also pay some amount also to artisans for stitching, and by this process basically the execution has improved quite a lot. Though the quality of stitch item is not that good, but we sell them at lower prices, and this is how we don't waste our training money. We have also started the target-based production. Like earlier, we were not focused and we were not able to follow the timeline given by the client, because we don't have a daily production plan. Now what we are doing, now we are giving target to artisan and accordingly decide the timeline of the completion. And suppose if any artisan is not able to meet their daily target, we make the provisions of the penalty. We have also realized production at center is much more authenticate and qualitative under the supervision of master, and comparing it to giving it to completely from their home. Because if these kind of order is given to complete from home, then definitely we always face a quality related challenges. We have also learned that the practice is the key, and we are very thankful to Shubhendu sir who gave us a wonderful idea to engage our artisans in preparing something at center all the times. So it's like that we never close our centers, even if we don't have orders from the market. We always try to make anything from the raw materials, from the waste cloth materials. Sometimes we prepare the mask, sometimes we prepare the bags, sometimes we prepare any other item. So that we are not able to get even if we are not able to get a good value for that, we sell it at the lowest price, lowest money, so that at least artisans can get a wages whatever they are doing. So this has improved the skill of artisan very much, and also the speed has increased quite a bit. We have got a good enough raw material for preparing inventory for sale now. Also, we have categorized our artisan into 3 categories. Basically, they are ABC category. A is the category of the best skill artisans. All best finishing artisan, items are prepared by A grade artisan only, and they get a better wage as compared to B and C grade artisan. So this gives a motivation to B and C grade artisans also, because the A grade artisans are getting the higher wages compared to B and C grade artisans. But there are some, apart from that, there are some other things which didn't work for us, and we has to face a lot of losses also. So as a part of the learnings, I want to share them also. We have formed the board of company with women artisan, but the main problem is their literacy. It takes too much time for them to understand the legalities and what is the governance and how to manage the producer companies. They are very weak in the mathematical calculations. Sometimes they lose their confidence and don't show interest. So they are hesitant to go in the market for raw material sourcing. They don't want to interact with the client. They have also got poor bargaining skills and negotiation power. So like for that, like we have to continuously, conduct various capacity building program for them, so that they don't feel disheartened, and they in order to continue their interest in the producer company, we keep on organizing such kind of the program. Apart from that, like initially we brought many orders from the market by showing our capacity, but without judging the skill of artisan. Like we in starting we wanted to form the kids wear, blanket covers, and at all these such kind of product, but our artisan could not complete them, and that basically resulted into loss of client and money for us. So that was a big learning for us as a producer company, that instead of diversifying into various products, just focus on your core strategy and core strength, like what you best you can prepare, just do only that thing. So in our case, like our artisan can prepare the bags, they can stitch the kurtis. So that is what we are doing, and that is how we are trying to find only those market orders which belongs to this category only. In to that, like what we have learned, we brought and were high volume but not offering good wages. We didn't realize that our artisan do not have a speed of production, because in high volume, low wages order, an artisan can easily earn when she can do bulk production in a day, and then only she can earn good wages. But this did not work with us. That was the learning also. So we also organize short-term under this project, like we have a provision of organizing this short-term skill training program, basically for 10 to 15 days. But like we have compared these things with other, skill training, stitching related skill training program, which is usually organized by ATDC, and these are basically a 3 month of skill training program. But what we are doing it only for 10 to 15 days because of the budget constraint. So basically they don't work actually. So learning stitching and embroidery is like a time-taking process which require at least 20 to 30 days to learn basic stitching work. Even like we have completed 3 years, but like we have got very few regular clients, and the reason is that we did not have a grade artisan, that much of a grade artisan who can do the bulk production in short time. Though their skills is good, but their production speed is still very low. So these women artisans have their own limitations. They face many social constraints. They need to manage their family, and hence like they are unable to give at least 7 to 8 hours at production center. So like we are, due to this constraint, we are not able to complete the big volume production orders through our production company. We were not able to like provide regular wages to many of the artisans. We have realized that artisan work with us initially day when she has a limited or no skill. But what is happening, like once she learn and start doing production with good finishing and the efficiency, they leave us and they start doing their own work in a hope that they will get a better wages and remuneration as compared to what we are doing or what we are giving. This is not possible, like for every time us to give the high wages to them. So that is affecting our producer company's overall production plan. In addition to that, like we have also done, many experiment in the initial days of formation of producer companies. We made many products, but like we always forget that our artisans cannot do that. Now we have realized that in order to become successful, we should focus on our only core strength and should prepare only those products which our artisans can made. So like these were like basically our learnings and achievement. Some of the strategies were successful and some got failed. But apart from that, like we feel that some factors were controllable and which could have been applied in the right direction, and some were like uncontrollable, which were imposed on by external environment. But after like 3 years of mixing learnings, we can say that we are going to be successful in all efforts. Logics, if like all logics are put into the right direction. For any social enterprise to become successful, it is important to realize your strength in the initial days only. And it requires a lot of commitment, motivations, and a strong leadership from the producer companies as well as those who are working to make them successful. So like these were our learnings, but as a part of the sustainability and scalability in the coming years, what we are doing, we are going to focus on our in-house production, because There only we can make the maximum margins, we can make get the maximum profit. We are focusing on creating our own inventory so that we can sell as per the requirement. We have also like upgraded our production infrastructure. We have completely renewed them by latest machineries and tools. This year, like we are also focusing on creating our own brand, so that is one thing which we are going to do. We are also focusing on is more on skill development. We have got a tie-up with Educate the Gulf. They are giving some funds to organize skill training. By that, we are refining their skills more and more so that they can do the best quality production. We are also planning to focus on high volume, high value strategy, basically those products which can attract much prices as compared to others, like these kurtis, pants and plazos, then fancy bag and all. We are also focusing to get some CSR funding from the private player and from the government institution. And like we are getting these training fund from Educate the Gulf, but we are also trying to get it from other departments like MSMEs and others. So, these are basically the plant of the sustainability and the scalability. This is the good news I want to share with all. Like this year, we have got this Global Vision Award from Pavan and Leaders magazines. Basically, this award started by them to demonstrate a clear vision, like how travel hospitality industry can become more sustainable and benefit by underrepresented or underemployed community. So we were in touch with them since last 2-3 months, and there were a lot of back and forth. There were a lot of questions. There were a lot of explanations given by us. And finally, their jury decided that this craft women producer company formed under CLHA should be nominated as one of the nominee of Global Vision Award in 2023. So that was a good achievement for us. Recently, like we have completed the stall work order for this Rajasthan Royal team, which is like for the IPL season 2023. And these are some of the renowned cricketers who are wearing this stall. You can see on this slide. We also do like monthly monitorings of child labor free production. We ensure that our LRPs go to visit their houses and see if they are involving their children in any economic activities. And mostly like we are not getting any kind of the response in terms of like they are involving their children. But if sometimes they said that they has to involve due to some reason, then we do the counseling of their parents. We make them aware about child labor related laws and what can be the consequences if they are continue to do so. We also organize various activities our centers, like this is the slide where we celebrate this UN Child Labor Against Labor Awareness Program. This is the pictures like how we do the production at our centers and how to do the quality checks and all. This is like how we do the capacity program at our centers, in which we teach them about the governance and the management of the producer companies, what are the legal compliances, and how to the importance of the share collections and all everything, which is usually done by Vikram, sometimes me, and sometimes Gopeshji. We also regularly conduct these SHG meetings. LRPs go in the field and they talk about SHG management, bookkeeping, and other things related to SHG's group management. We also conduct exposure visits for our artisans. We take them to various industries where they learn that how to do the production, what are the processes involved, what is the importance of the speed, what is the importance of doing the good quality and finishing work, so that they can inculcate the same while doing at our production center. These are some of the samples like designs our production company has developed. You can see like we have developed cushion covers, bags, and design for pant and plazos, dupattas, masks, and in LAC like we have developed various earrings and the necklaces. This is how our production company artisan participates in the exhibitions which we regularly organize. As and when we get an opportunity, that sometimes we get from the government department, and sometimes we organize it as the fund available in our project. This is like they do we also organize entrepreneurship development program for them, because there are some of the artisans who want to become the entrepreneur. Then we organize 5 days entrepreneurship training development program for them, and we also conduct this industrial visit, so that like if somebody wants to start their own business, then how can they do that, what is the things required for them, where they can get the loan, how they need to prepare the DPR, and where the application need to be submitted, and that how long that loan has to be repaid by them. These are like the training program which we organize at our production centers, that is mostly done under the supervision of the masters. You can see from the side that they are doing the embroidery and stitching related work here. We also regularly organize these government scheme awareness program, in which we invite various government people from the different department, and they tell these artisans about the government schemes which they have for the benefit of these artisans. But I mean, we are not doing only the work related things, we also organize such kind of activities. You can see like they participate in the Women's Day. We also take them for movies. We celebrate birthdays at the center, so that they always feel a connection with us. They so that they can be attached with us emotionally, as well as like for other things also. Thanks. Thank you so much for listening to me. Any questions? Am I audible? Any questions? मेरी आवाज आ रही है सबको?
आ रही है सर.
हाँ.
आ रही है सर.
Any questions? If there is no question, then we can close the sessions. Sukhbir ma'am, can we close if you are listening?
Yeah, Hemant.
Sir.
Yeah, so I don't have any question, but I have few comments that's for the benefit of others.
Yeah.
So in fact, congratulations to the team for this achievement. It's really inspiring to see how the program is moving ahead. I have visited the production center and always seen a great level of hope and enterprising efforts with the women members. So they are highly enthusiastic, and that's the result of the great work you guys are doing. So I have seen the kind of products, even I have purchased few. So, and since last 1.5 years, I have been seeing the kind of developments. The center that you have now shown the pictures, and I have visited maybe some once. So that's highly admiring, and it will be great if any team member comes to Jaipur, they should visit such an institution. Maybe in another 1 year time that will get further refined. So great work and best wishes to the team.
Thank you so much, sir, for your appreciation. I mean, it's always good to listen. I mean, such a kind words from a seniors, and your presence always motivates us. And whenever you come to our center, it's not only just for the purpose of purchasing something, but we always get a good suggestion from you, whether they are related to production, whether they are related to pricing and all. So we are really grateful to you, sir. Thank you so much. Anyone else want to say or I want to ask anything?
Hemant sir.
Yeah.
No questions, but we have already implemented so many other programs also in non-farm. Even
Yeah.
what is the some major changes you see that we have done or that you have done in this project that that has become so successful, or we could have make it so we could involve and engage so many members with the FPC that sometimes you have also seen we have failed in mobilizing these many members in Silpgram or in some other programs also.
Yeah. So basically, like what I earlier said, that is a very good question, Jitin, because like when we formed these producer companies, like we were also struggling, and we were working with those community which is like very hesitant to come out from their houses. Basically, they are the Muslim community and they're poor Muslim community. Their family didn't allow us to talk to them. That somehow like you have to do the rigorous visit in the field. You have to convince them that whatever we are doing there, we are doing for their benefit only. If you are working, if you are going to form any producer companies in any project, so it is important to build the capacity of the board. And it is also very important to identify that who are going to be the board members of your producer company. Like initially we formed this, board, but we realized that their literacy level is that much of low. They are not able to participate. So somehow like they are very enthusiastic. They want to work with us, but they cannot work in the capacity of the governing board. So like we have to, change them. So this is important, like the board, the governing structure of the any producer company should be very strong. Then I also earlier talked like we should only focus on our core strength. So like doing various experiment, diversification in the product, it is important to focus only on those things which you can do only. Like currently what we are doing, we are only focusing on preparing these bags, these kurtis and all. Earlier we used to form like hum ye bhi bana denge, wo bhi bana denge, but that didn't work. We need to be realistic in terms of the achievements. The big plans never work, but then you have to break down into the small plans. So like these are the learnings which we have got, and yeah, this is what I can say.
Thank you, sir.
Sir, can we close this session?
I think.
So like, thank you everyone for listening to us with so much of patience, and we have got a very good feedback from Shubhendu sir, and Jiten has raised a very valid query. We know like we cannot always be a perfect thing. We cannot be a perfect man, but from learning from our mistake and from adapting the best practices from other institutions, definitely we can make a big changes in our project. So by this project, I would like to close this session. And if you have any questions, any query, then you can directly reach out to me after this presentation also. And I always welcome you, and I invite all of you to come to Jaipur and visit what we are doing, so that our artisans can also feel motivated, and we also feel very motivated just to get a good feedback from all of you. So thank you so much.
Thank you, sir.
I'm just logging out.
Hemant ji?